Well, I know one thing is very clear. The American people know who was for them and who was against them. The American people know who fought and will continue to fight to ensure that we have a healthcare system that does not remove the ability for people to get the basics, which is the healthcare that they deserve. So when I look at the last 40-something days, I think about my Republican colleagues who had a vacation. I hope they're well rested and are ready to come negotiate and fight for their constituents just like I am.
You know, I really struggle when I think about the costs and the toll that these last 43 days took on the American people. But I also cannot help but think about the insurmountable toll that losing their health care will take on families.
Well, I came to Washington to make sure I stood up for Oregonians, make sure I stood up for Americans. And I think what people really want to know is there an honest voice in here? Is there someone that's going to stand up and look out for their needs? Mike Johnson, man of God, controls the House. He could have done a lot more, and we'll continue to push on him.
Look, I think that we've spent the last 40 days arguing on behalf of the American people to make healthcare more affordable in the country's richest nation. So you can never say that argument, that fight is not worth it. However, I do think we should have walked away with more.
So yes, do I think it was worth it to give it a try to see if there was some common sense and humanity? Call me an optimist.
And let's just be clear, like the Republicans had the ability to avoid the shutdown from the beginning, and they chose not to. And so it is on them that people had to go through all this, and now using this momentum, we have to continue to deliver for the American people. And we failed with this continuing resolution, but we need to not fail the next time.
Absolutely, and I think we should continue to go further. I have taken a pass on receiving my paycheck, as quite a few, as many of my other colleagues. It's worth the sacrifice. This is about not just reopening the government, it's about turning the country going into the right direction. The president is in the wrong direction.
Well, there was a lot of pain. We didn't have to have a shutdown. Nothing has changed now except the bill's a little worse with that Senate provision they put in there about suing. We could have done this from the beginning. If you'd have just put health care in there, we wouldn't have had to have this shutdown. So it's something that they're going to have to take responsibility for because it could have been avoided.